What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my bookish world. Today I'm going to be doing an unhaul. So these are books that I've had sitting around forever, so let's just get right into it. There aren't as many as there were before, but there are still quite a few. So the first book is Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson. I recently did a reread of this book and I gave it 3 stars, and I just don't relate to it anymore, so I don't feel the need to keep it, whereas other people could be reading this and loving it. And by the way, I'm going to be donating all these books to my library eventually whenever I get around to it. So yeah. And the next book I have is Frigid by Jennifer L. Armentrout, writing as Jay Lynn. I am getting rid of this book because, one, she came out with a new cover that I like a lot better. Also, this came in like an old library binding thing, which isn't horrible, but I can't get the library sticker off. And like I said, I have a new cover that matches an indirect sequel to this a little bit better, so yeah. The next book I'm getting rid of, I'm kind of sad about because I love this, I loved this book and I think it's gorgeous, but I don't have a reason to keep it, and that is The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo. This is a collection of short stories that is, like fairy tales in the Grisha world. I'm getting rid of this just because I don't have any of the other Grisha books. I've decided to stop reading that series, those continuously, so yeah. The next two are actually school books, and that is, one, This Concise Guide to Information Literacy by Scott Lanning. I tried to give this back to my bookstore, and they were like, no, we don't need it. And I was like, I literally opened this book 4 times this semester, and you're telling me you don't need this back? So I'm going to try to donate it. And if not, sell it at half-price books, because I don't want it. I hated this class so much. The next book I have is Violent Ends, which is a collection of short stories and 17 points of view from 17 different authors about a school shooting. I read this back in December and I enjoyed it. I just don't think I'm ever going to reread it, so I'm giving it up. The next book I have is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. I am going to be getting rid of the entire series, just because I just don't see myself rereading this anymore. I still adored it, but I'm just never going to reread it. So give it to somebody who maybe can see themselves in this story. Yeah. The next book I have is also a school book, and that is Amusing Ourselves to Death, Public Discourse in the Age of Show Business, the 20th Anniversary Edition by Neil Postman. I read this for a class last year, and for whatever reason, I forgot to do the whole textbook sell back thing. I don't think I ever opened this book, so I'm going to try to sell it, get rid of it, whatever I can. I just don't want it. I'm never going to reread this, so yeah. The next book I have was actually one of my dad's books, and I kept it, and then I was like, I'm never going to use this, and that's Screenwriting Tricks of the Trade by William Froug. I don't want to do screenwriting. I want to publish a novel. So I just don't see a point in keeping this, and you know what? This could help somebody with their dreams one day. The next book I have is The Last Lecture, Randy, I don't know. I have this. I got it as a graduation gift. It was really sweet, but I'm never gonna read this, and I just don't really give a crap about it, so, hey, there's something stuck in here. Oh, somebody gave me a note, and yeah. Oops. Well, I'll keep the note, but I'm not gonna read the book, so yeah. Sorry. I don't think the person who gave me that actually watches my videos, so thank God. Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills. I tried reading this. I got about 30-40 pages into it, and I just could not get into it, so I'm DNFing it and selling it. And it's sad because, like, look how beautiful this book is. It's so beautiful, and I'm so sad I have to give it up. But I didn't enjoy it, so, yeah. And then I have To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. I read this book last October, I think, and I really enjoyed it. I just don't think I'm ever going to reread it. It is a beautiful, dark book. I will continue to read stuff by this author because, like I said, I really enjoyed it. I just don't need it on my shelves. Next book I have, I'm sorry, Brittany, is Wonder by R.J. Palacio, I think is how you say his name. I enjoyed this book. I think I gave it 5 stars. I read it in 2018. Like I said, I love this book. I'm never going to see myself rereading this. And if I want to relive the story, I'll just watch the movie. Sorry. And then I have Nevermore by Jessica Townsend, The Trials of Morgan Crow. I enjoyed this book. I just am never going to reread it, so I'm giving it away. I'm going to like attempt to put stuff back in here so I don't have a total mess of my room. Although, let's be honest, my room is already a total mess. I have P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han, which I already kind of talked about. I have When It's Real by Erin Watt, which I enjoyed, but it was a little problematic, and it was cheesy, and I'm never going to reread it like I am with their Royals trilogy, so goodbye. And then I have The Probability of Miracles by Wendy Wonder. I tried to reread this because I loved this book when I first read it. I couldn't get into it, so I DNF'd it, and I'm going to be selling it, or donating it, my bad. Ugh. And then I have 3 books that those are out of order. I'm stupid. Oh god, all my books are about to tip over. Let's see if I can put these back in order. So I have White Hot Kiss, Stone Cold Touch, and Every Last Breath, which is book 1, 2, and 3 of the Dark Elements series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I adore these books, but for one, the covers do not match. The covers are ugly, and they just got a reprint in new covers, and I like them so much better, so goodbye. And I've already bought those covers, so yeah. And then I'm not going to go through every single book that's in this bag. I'm just going to pull out like 4. Because 4 of them I think are textbooks, and then 3 of them I think are textbooks, and then 1 of them is pretty self-explanatory, and I'll explain. Oh, the first book is not one. It's another screenwriting book. Screenwriting 434, The Industries Premier Teacher Reveals the Secrets of the Successful Screenplay. Again, I'm never going to write a screenplay. I don't need to read this. And then the next book I have is Writing About Writing, a college reader, 3rd edition, by Elizabeth Wardle and Doug Downs. I read this for one of my classes. I never read the entire thing. And again, I forgot to do the whole textbook sell back. It's very floppy and kind of heavy. I'm never going to read this. Like, I'm keeping a few books that pertain to my major and pertain to things that I'm probably going to want to need in the future. This, I don't need it. And then I also have Technical Report Writing Today by Daniel G. Reardon. I took a technical writing class my first year of college. I hated it. Then I figured out the technical writing was different from professional writing. So I'm not gonna be I don't need this. And then let's see what else I have. Oh, and then I have, it's not the book I was looking for. Okay, fine. I have the Complete Mortal Instruments series in paperback, as well as the Complete Infernal Devices trilogy in paperback, as well as Lady in Night in paperback. I spent a long time collecting these books, and I feel so dumb that I'm doing this now. Like, the only reason that I think I might keep them for a little bit longer before I get rid of them is just to read the short stories in the back. And even then, I could probably just go get it from the library and read the short stories in the back. Genius. Yeah, I realized one day that one, I'm always going to buy Claire's books as soon as they come out in hardback, and all the hardback matches, and I don't want to continuously buy paperbacks. Plus, I don't even like paperbacks that much, so what's the point of having a bunch of books that I already own in paperback? And plus, I have the full Mortal Instruments, Infernal Devices, Dark Artifices, and all of the short story collections that are currently out in hardback. I don't need them in paperback. So that's it for this unhaul. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Follow all my social media down below. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!